Today is August the 9th. We will be discussing ice cream. This is a sort of a sequel to a popular topic that we made into an episode a couple years ago. And I'm going to play a little bit of the song Fly Me to the Moon by Frank Sinatra and Count Basie. I wanted to send a shout out to some of our original subscribers. Manuel in Germany. I'm not going to say auf Wiedersehen. I have to say hello. Guten Tag. Guten Morgen. Guten Morgen to Lydia in Germany. Dennis. I forgot where Dennis lived. Familiar person. Purrson. Taking on the persona of a cat. And Mr. Al Amadine in Morocco. So shout out to all our subscribers, new and not old, but former. Or they're not former. I don't know what they are. Well, I'm going to put on a little bit of Frank Sinatra while I'm doing that. Would you like to say anything like hello or guten Tag?
Yeah. This
What?
button, this microphone, it's just that when I'm supposed to say something, it just freezes. And I'm trying to unfreeze it, unmute it, as you like to say, but it just doesn't work. So it takes me a while to mute myself. And then I'm like, all of a sudden I have to say hi or something else.
I know
But
it's
yeah,
difficult.
I like your introduction a lot. And yeah, guten Tag, hello, aloha, konnichiwa. Was that in Spanish? What did they say hello in Spanish? Do you know how to say
Hola,
hello in Spanish? Hola. Mm-hmm. Uh,
merhaba. Merhaba is in Turkish.
yeah, and in Chinese, ni hao. Yeah, in Chinese they say hello. It sounds like ni hao. I should learn Chinese probably.
No, I like
Anyway,
that. Sounds like a cat saying meow.
no, not a Moscow. That's New York. Ni hao. First
No,
letter
but
is
I
N.
wanted to say meow because one of our subscribers, familiar person, spells
Mm-hmm.
his name Purr, like a cat would make a purring sound.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, whatever.
Uh-huh.
That's why you're in therapy, because you can say anything you want. Otherwise, I mean, why would we even have this if we start restricting ourselves in terms of what we can say or what we can't? What is it, like a Nazi Germany or something? I don't mean to
I
be
love the
deeply
way
incorrect. It's just
I love the way you go, uh-huh, mm-hmm. Okay.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
because that movie, I've seen that TV series. It's called Succession, and it's about New York family, Robert Mildred, kind of equivalent, quote unquote. And they say in New York, whatever you say, they interrupt you. They don't interrupt you. They just say agreeable. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Yeah, I remember I told you that. I'm not sure if that's how, because when I was there, I didn't like catch it, but now, I like that. Maybe I should
No, it's good because,
step
the
up.
therapist just gets paid for the 55-minute hour. That's the traditional time of classic psychotherapy. So the
Mm,
patient or the client or the person comes in and sits down, maybe in a comfortable chair, long, long time ago, maybe laying on a couch. There's a few small greetings. That sucked up about 7 minutes of the 55-minute hour. Then the person just kind of takes a deep breath, and then the therapist says, well, I see you're here today. Well, was there anything you want to talk about? And then the patient is so anxious because there's so much on his or her mind that the patient is just kind of like freaking out, kind of like when I say, how are you? You have a little anxiety attack. And then when
yeah,
you recover, well, 10 minutes of the hour is gone, which, you're paying for. Then the therapist
yeah.
says, uh-huh, uh-huh. So the therapist, what he really means is just, could we just hurry up and get the F going? Because I got like 5 other patients after you. But, I
Yeah.
just wanted to pause for a second and hear just a tiny bit of this song. I'm unmuting it. So let's see if it actually will
But
play or
before you play that song, can I ask you what's your anxiety level on scale 1 to 10?
My anxiety level?
Yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10.
I would say it's about a 4.
Good, good. It's better than the day before because that was like 7, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, I slept for 6 hours, and I had some dreams. A dream that I was sweating.
Do you want to talk about
Then
that?
then I woke up and I thought, wow, it's hot in Texas, and I'm really in the mood for ice cream. And I knew we were going to be recording this episode about ice cream, so I do want to talk about some favorite ice creams that I like, and one is called Rocky Road.
Mm-hmm.
Rocky Road. What do you mean when you just went like that? Mm-hmm. What do you
No,
mean?
I was gonna say that. Do you want to know where else is hot? In Morocco, because our podcast is ranking high in Morocco. I don't even know what it is. I suppose it's South Africa, but
Oh
they have ice
yes.
cream. They have ice cream in Morocco too. I don't know what their favorite brand, but I'm sure they have
Oh,
Ben and
Morocco.
Jerry.
Oh, Morocco. No. They don't have that. Well, they're not into like brand names. And like in Turkey too, they're creating their own ice creams, and they are
Mm.
they. What do you mean? Mm-hmm.
I'm
Okay, I'm just
interested.
gonna.
That's mean I'm
Okay.
interested.
Okay, well, just stop. Please stop that.
Okay.
Just a sec. No, in Morocco, I haven't been to Morocco, but one of my daughters has been, and she also did a camel ride into the desert. Like she's done a lot of really great stuff. Anyhow, she sent me some pictures of these men in these little bazaars, making ice cream, and they have pistachio, and they have like nectarine, and they have just a lemon, and it's made from real ingredients. And I know that in Turkey, in Istanbul, there is a famous ice cream and kind of a patisserie place called Haji Bekir, or Haji Baba has. I think Haji Baba has the baklava and pistachios, and maybe Haji Bekir has the ice cream. But the men wear these it's like a traditional costume. It's in modern times, but they have like a fez and the sort of striped pants and a little vest, and they have a mustache, and they're all very handsome, and they are kind of stirring this ice cream container with a long wooden spoon. So I'm sure that in Morocco and in Turkey and all over the world they have classic favorites. But I always wanted to go to Morocco and to see Marrakesh and
Well, maybe you should.
walk them.
Maybe you should. And I have seen such a beautiful woman, such a beautiful dress the other day, the Middle East style, the color. What to say? Like probably you just described the man that wearing that nice clothes, but it's sort of Muslim. Because you can only see the Muslim woman, and it's a beautiful dress. It's kind of overall. I don't know how to call it.
Yeah, it's just like it's like I know the word in a couple other languages.
And it was beautiful,
yeah,
so full of colors, the flowers on it, and the bright, I don't know, pictures, not pictures, but kind of.
Different patterns, like patterns of birds, right, and patterns of, and
I was gonna stop my car and say, "Hi, hello, can I give you a ride or something?" But
then 4 of her brothers and her husband will come and beat the F out of you because
actually
you talked to this woman.
4 men followed her like 300 yards behind, and I thought,
that's what it is.
Somehow related.
Yeah, they are related. That's how it is in Turkey. Even in modern times, when I was in Turkey or when my daughters visited Turkey, they almost must be accompanied by a man, by an uncle, by a family member, so that no creeps like you can do anything like say hello to them.
Dare you? I was gonna in a good things because I was gonna tell her how I didn't like her. I liked her in a sexual way.
An asexual? No, the thing is that
Because I
Asexual.
liked her dress
Okay, I
and the
like your
headscarf.
dress. I like your gun.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Headscarf too.
the idea of the culture is that a woman is a mystery that
Mm-hmm.
is only to belong to one man,
Oh, I love that.
and the family protects the innocence and beauty of the woman.
I would love to
So
be part of the mystery like you described.
yes, it's really kind of it's like it's a great idea, but it
It
kind of
makes sense.
sucks.
It makes sense.
No, it's but it sucks in real life. I mean, for example,
No,
one of my
it
daughter,
doesn't.
I'm explaining to you how you're going to be beat up and arrested. So you're
Well,
just
only
an
if you're
innocent.
guilty.
No, you are
Only if
guilty.
you're found guilty.
I'm just telling a story. Escúchame, por favor.
Okay.
So this one daughter, you know, she was a college student, and my ex-husband had dropped her off at a little grocery store, and he went off to the bank for 15, 20 minutes. So she was going through this little bazaar, you know, getting some grapes and olive oil and a few things. And a young man, you know, saw this American girl in a little grocery store, and he was just being a teenager. You know, he was just like, well, there's a pretty girl. Maybe she had a little shirt on that said Texas or something like that. And only thing the young man did was like say, hi, are you a tourist? And he was just, you know, just a normal thing. Like you were just going to say, hi, I like your dress. And then uh, my ex-husband, you know, came into the store. He had parked, came into the store. This is told to me by my daughter. And he walked up to my daughter and said, what is that guy doing? And she goes, what do you mean? He says, what did he do to you? He goes, I don't know what you mean. Then my ex-husband got the security to drag that guy outside and beat the hell out of him against a wall and put my daughter in the car and drove away. So my ex-husband's a very sophisticated international business guy who's modern. My daughter is a modern young girl. Nothing was going wrong. But the culture is such, and especially you can never exactly see who. So you saw this woman, you saw some guys behind her. Those are probably her three brothers or her uncle. Or when I was in Istanbul or Ankara, I wanted to go to this bookstore, and my mother-in-law said, "You can't go by yourself. Let me call your uncle. He'll come pick you up." And like I had already traveled all around the world. I was a adult person, but you know, you have to be very, very careful when you're in a Muslim country not to do anything that's inappropriate, like say hi to a woman, because you don't know who she belongs to, who she's with, and who's watching you. Now, if you're
Oh,
working in a work setting, you know, and you say hi, or you're at the coffee machine and someone happens to be working with you, yeah, you can say hi because you're in a work setting.
okay. I think it's a high time to put that phone on the ice cream.
Now I feel really anxious. My anxiety is up at about a 7.
Yeah, we'll have
I
another check in 15 minutes.
What kind of ice cream do you like?
I was like, you were building up. I felt that you were building up, telling me all that stories full of hatred. Anyway, what kind of ice cream I like? Ben and Jerry. I think so, from the top of my head. Aldi in Germany. I don't know if you have it in the US because it's a European brand. I think. Yeah, I'm not
Aldi is
into
a
ice cream
store here.
really.
Yeah.
I love
Well,
Jack
Texas.
Daniels, but if you mix ice cream and whiskey, that makes perfect mix.
Oh, okay. Like pour a little bit over it or something. I like a scoop of
Yeah,
ice cream, a vanilla ice cream, and pour a little bit of Grand Marnier on it. That's like an
absolutely.
orange liqueur. Yeah, we kind of
Hmm.
work liqueur into pretty much every episode. I told you about Rocky Road, which is chocolate, nuts, and marshmallows. Another brand I like by Bluebell, which is a Texas creamery. It's called Tin Roof, TINROOF. It's basically vanilla ice cream, chocolate sundae sauce swirled in, roasted salty peanuts dipped in dark chocolate covering. And so it's a vanilla base with all this stuff added. Rocky Road is a chocolate base with the stuff added. So I like nuts and I like chocolate.
But American ice cream is Ben and Jerry. The equivalent of American ice cream would be the Ben and Jerry, right?
No.
No? What's that?
Not everybody gets
Texas.
it.
Do you have some kind of Texas brand?
No, I'm saying there are many brands. When you go to a nice high-end grocery store and you look at the ice cream case, you can get Haagen-Dazs, you can get Ben & Jerry's, you can get Bluebell, you can get 5 or 6 really, really well-known brands. And in the summertime in Texas, there are certain seasonal productions. For example, Bluebell just makes this one ice cream only in the summertime. So I was over at the grocery store the other day, and it is a vanilla ice cream with a mint flavoring in it and chunks of chocolate. So that's called Vanilla Mint Chip by Bluebell. And if somebody else could come to the case and pick up Rum Raisin. I have a friend named Alex who loves Rum Raisin by Haagen-Dazs. And then some people get Ben & Jerry's, and some people get I don't know. There's like so many ice creams. Like,
you know, when I was growing up, we had I don't think it has name, but when I was a child, I remember now how delicious it was to eat those ice cream piled high with chocolate. I don't know, licking and slurping and being careful not to lose a single drip. That kind of brings me back in time.
well, I think ice cream. I can't think of any really bad ice cream experiences I've had. I know when I lived in Frankfurt, Germany, which is, a different culture, I was a teenager and I could go into the city by myself, down into downtown. We lived on Plattenstrasse. Just go into downtown and go look at the art equipment in a store or go someplace else and, I don't know, buy some nail polish or whatever teenage girls do. And then there was this little tiny ice cream place that I loved to go to. And they had very thin cones. And I used to get apricot ice cream. It was the best ice cream in the world. So it wasn't a specific brand. It wasn't on a shelf. I guess you'd call it like a little bodega. I'm not sure what you would call it. It's like about 8 feet wide, maybe 12 feet wide and very short. You don't go in. There's just some guy with a case, with a box of cones. But that apricot ice cream was like amazing. If I can go to heaven and be very good, I believe that God will reward me by having apricot ice cream.
Are you having some kind of dreamy sensual images right now?
Yeah, the guy that was serving that ice cream will also be with me. Yeah.
Okay.
I think I'm blushing.
Okay, that's all right. There's nothing to be ashamed of.
Yes, there is. Our episodes are getting more and more salacious.
The first episode we made 3 years ago, it had 13 or 15 likes. I don't know who would be willing to listen it and liking it and sharing it, maybe subscribing, but I appreciate those people and say thank you.
Yes. Well, there's also different other types of ice cream products. Like when I was growing up, we used to, as an American, when I'm being an American and not in another country, living in San Antonio or Virginia or New York or something like that, we used to get fudge sickles or dream sickles. And there was an ice cream truck that would come through the neighborhood, and my mother would give me a couple dollars and we would run out to the street And I had the brothers and sisters. She gave me, $3. You could get a fudge sickle, which is, chocolate ice cream on a stick, dream sickle, which was vanilla ice cream covered with orange sherbet. You could get a drumstick, which was a cone with vanilla covered in nuts. I loved the ice cream truck. I wanted to steal that truck and just drive it away and eat all the ice cream inside.
It's hot in Dallas, in Texas, generally. Yeah, and probably lots of people are on a diet because over the summer, uh, well, if you eat lots of ice cream, there's lots of fat in it, and you kind of gain weight. But instead of, picking your way through salads and piles of fresh fruit, maybe you can find some kind of brand that doesn't make you fat and eat ice cream instead.
But what kind of, are you calling me fat?
No, no, I mean, I'm not. I'm thinking that because ice cream is off the menu for many people in the summer, that's
No, it's not. It's not. Everything that you thought is wrong. Because remember, that was another episode. So in
okay.
Dallas, people are playing tennis, they're rowing crew, they're sailing boats, they're bicycling, they're hiking. Dallas is a very physical, when I say physical city, it means that pretty much in all types of weather, I mean, except for the pandemic, people are playing tennis and running and jogging and pushing baby carriages and rowing boats on the lake, and they have these bicycles you lay down and press with your legs. You bicycle with your legs. There's people rollerblading. These rollerblading teams of women are going all around the lake. So, since Dallas is a very physical city, I I have noticed that people don't really diet too much. They're eating barbecue, they're drinking beer, they're having Jack and Coke. And I know that there are people that count calories. They have these little watches you can wear that tell you how many steps you've taken. Like someone asked me how many steps I've taken. I go, I don't know. I got out of my car and I came over here. So I went to some little boulangerie, little French bakery. Maybe it was during the fall weather. And this woman was French from Paris. And I don't know why she was in Dallas. I don't remember. She was in Dallas, or her son got a job here. And she was always counting calories and she was counting steps. And she was like, she had the body of like a hummingbird. And she was like always miserable because this is just one person, because she was worried about getting fat. Like there was no fat on this woman's body. She had this like little tank top, really cute yoga pants, amazing shoes. And she was just always worried about counting calories and counting steps. And I mean, people do that.
How do you like your ice cream? Usually they ask you how do you like your eggs, but how do you like your ice cream? Would you prefer it in a cone and a stick or with a scoop?
I would like it in a glass
Hmm.
with a shot of espresso over it and
Right.
some whiskey on it, cafe
Mhm.
affogato, and a little small glass of ice water next to it. So that's how they serve it in Vienna. So I
Mhm.
love cafe affogato, but I don't know. It's so hot in Texas. If you get in a cone, it's dripping all down your hand, and now you've got like drippy hands. So I have to admit, I've done something really, really barbaric. Can I
What?
tell our customers that? I mean, our
Of
subscribers?
course you can tell our customers anything you want.
Thank you. So I go into the
Don't
store
thank
and I
me
get this.
because okay.
thank, thank Tony Carnes. So I go into the store and I get this ice cream. And in my car, I have some equipment, like I have a knife and I have a bottle opener and I have some real spoons. And I'm thinking, God, I really want a bite of this ice cream. And it's already starting to melt. So I get in my car, which is really, really hot, and I move it to under a tree near the parking lot, in the parking lot. And I like kind of pry off the plastic and I get my my metal spoon, and the ice cream is already melting. I mean, it's a half gallon of ice cream, and I just start kind of nibbling on it, and I'm just sitting in my car eating ice cream like a barbarian. I haven't put it in a cone. I didn't put it in a cup. I'm just eating it from the carton.
I can help you with it because you don't have to eat your ice cream in your car in middle of summer like, every year. You can actually buy that digital ice cream maker because they you have a coffee maker. You can put ice cream maker next to it. I don't have such a machine yet, but I'm thinking of buying it maybe because I don't know. I prefer to make everything myself because if you want something done, do it yourself. So that applies to my
Exactly.
ice cream as well. And if I buy it, I'll send you a picture, what kind of equipment it is and how can I make ice cream with it. And
That's
can you buy an ice cream machine in the US? I don't know if you have them
Oh yeah,
sold
yeah. They have
out
ice
there.
cream machines, but thing the thing is, I just know that when I was growing up, my great aunts were great grand aunts were Italian, and the great great grandmother was Biasioli, and we would go to their house when we were little, like maybe I was 8 or 9 years old, and they made their own ice cream in this some kind of container that you poured salt around, like a was a container, and they poured ice cream salt around the outside, and then they just mix and mix and mix and mix and mix with this wooden spoon. And we would come over there, we'd like do different things, and then the old aunts were making ice cream, and then we went off. My sister and I had to go off and take a nap, but we were super excited to take a nap because when we woke up, the cream would be ready. And these old Italian aunts knew how to make. It's like three together. I think it's called Neapolitan. It's vanilla, strawberry, and chocolate. And then they pour it into these molds and put it in the freezer. And then they cut it and slice it like cake. That's what I call making ice cream in San Antonio, Texas. No wires were involved, no digital equipment, nothing was plugged in. It was all done by hand.
Did they put wine in it? Because wine flavored ice cream would have would have been great.
That would have
Adults
been great.
only.
Well, I remember they also used to have something called merienda, which means in the afternoon you gather in the living room and have a little tiny glass of sherry. I guess that's a kind of little wine and little tiny cookies. One of our subscribers, I think he's a subscriber, Jaredon, the philosopher truck driver, he knows how to make dandelion wine. He knows how to make sausages. I bet he knows how to make ice cream. That guy knows how to make everything. He's like one of the most resourceful people I know.
Hmm. You know, I don't know many people, many resourceful people, so maybe we should invite Jaredon to our channel and have him interviewed just for a little bit. No pun intended. But the word of wisdom I have had the other day was like, don't use your phone first hour when you wake up and the last hour before you go to bed. And I thought, what if I replace that? Like you eat ice cream immediately after waking up. Because you don't have to, because if you're not allowed to use your phone after waking up, what else can you do? So you just eat ice cream as a replacement.
Well, yeah. Supposedly, in order to sleep well, you're not supposed to have the blue light rays, the rays that go into your eyeball. Your eyeballs are supposed to rest before you go to sleep. So if you're always checking the news or checking the weather or looking at some channel or, watching.
Yeah, but I like the idea. I think the idea has merit because you don't use your phone first hour of your waking life and the last hour before you go to bed. I'm going to exercise this starting today. And if it doesn't work, I'll just buy myself an ice cream and eat it every hour before.
Well, the other thing is like I can text you like Do you want to do you want to record another episode and you just text back? I've decided to stop recording everything.
No, I wouldn't be able to
I'm
text
just
back because I
eating
wouldn't
ice
have it in
cream.
my hand. Yeah,
Just
I wouldn't be
eating.
able because I wouldn't even have the phone in my hand. I wouldn't be able to read your message until after I eaten my ice cream. Yeah, well, wine flavored, preferably, especially in the morning. I don't know what my personnel manager would say if they kind of get knowledge of it. But anyway, put that song about ice cream, you said, to the moon and back.
Yeah, yeah. Another type of ice cream. It's not exactly ice cream. It's like blended ice. Margarita machines, pulverize ice and then they swirl in liquor into it. So there's mango margaritas. There's another type of margarita that's served at Mi-Cocina. It's called Mambo Taxi. So it's served in a beautiful glass, little tiny, tiny bits of ice with sangria and tequila in it.
What's your anxiety level right now?
Oh, I'm not even listening to you.
Yeah, that's what I asked you because I asked you about the song like 2 times by now, and you keep talking about something you think is important. But I thought maybe your anxiety level is high up and you don't need me anymore.
Okay, I had to make Frank Sinatra stop singing to answer your question.
Okay, no, I'm
Well,
having like,
my anxiety level now is about a 5. I want to get up. I have no ice cream. I don't even
you will
have any
have.
ice cream. There's no
But
ice
you will
cream here.
have.
I have hot coffee. I'm out of milk. I have whiskey. I'm thinking oh, 2, 3, 4. I have to wait 4 more hours for any stores
Mhm.
before any stores open. Well, I mean,
Do
I
you have a
could go to a
delivery like
convenience store and they have
24/7?
like tons of ice
You can
cream
order
there.
online 27 delivery 24/7. I'm sure
Are
there
you
is.
talking?
No.
Am I talking?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, now it's 2:22 in the morning in Dallas, Texas. And, we're glad our subscribers listened in. We asked them to write a few comments below what kind of ice cream they like. I'm always interested in ice cream. Do you have any closing thoughts?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
No, I was just being agreeable. I don't actually have any questions thoughts. I don't have any thoughts at all. And I like it. Makes my
That's
life so
good.
much easier.
Just not not having thoughts. Yes, that's true. There is a farmers market that meets on Saturdays for about 3 hours in several different locations. They're only there for 3 hours. They sell honey and eggs and local produce and hand knit goods and all kinds of things. And there's one vendor that I really, really like. I think the name of her company is called I Go Bananas or something like that. And she makes her own ice cream. So she has banana flavored ice cream and
Mhm.
raspberry and nectarine. And she's doing really, really well because it's hot and it is summertime in Dallas. And um, and that's all I can think about.
Yeah, that's great.
Banana
That's great. I
ice
like
cream.
that. Yeah, that's
Banana
the
ice.
perfect time to wrap up our episode with the things that you can think about, right? Are you upset?